Ride the signal through the unknown. This is the cryptic current.
Have you ever heard any stories about experiencing multiple lifetimes in meditation? Have you ever thought that your close ones might have appeared in your previous life? The concept of reincarnation has always been a vast and seemingly endless topic. While many Eastern people believe in reincarnation, it is not a widely accepted concept in Western countries. The phenomenon of rebirth always challenges the understanding of those with science-based beliefs. But there is a famous doctor in America who is gradually changing that. Since a fateful encounter with a patient during his hypnotherapy, this patient recalled memories of 86 past lives. Amazingly, in those incredibly realistic stories, the treating doctor himself appeared. When the therapy ended, the doctor's worldview had completely changed. From then on, he decided to make past life regression a key therapy method. Through this, he also successfully treated his daughter's cataracts using this very therapy. Today, we will explore part of Catherine's reincarnation story with her psychologist, Dr. Brian Weiss. Hello everyone, I am Miss Rudy. One day in 1980, a beautiful blonde girl named Catherine appeared at a psychological therapy room in a hospital. The treating doctor here is psychologist Dr. Brian Weiss. Catherine is 27 years old and suffers from severe anxiety disorder. Her doctor friend, Edward, referred her to Dr. Weiss for treatment. And Dr. Weiss, being referred by a colleague, always has his reasons. He has an impeccable resume. He is very talented, having received a full scholarship from Columbia University. After graduating, he attended Yale University School of Medicine. After earning his medical doctorate, he interned at Bellevue Hospital Center, New York University, and later worked at several prestigious hospitals. Currently, he is the director of the Psychological Therapy Department at a hospital in Miami, a renowned doctor for hypnotherapy. He has presented over 40 academic papers, has a happy family, a son and a daughter, and can be considered successful in life. When Dr. Weiss met Catherine, he did not expect that. This 18-month therapy process would not only change Catherine, but also completely alter Dr. Weiss's beliefs. Afterward, the doctor reported the entire treatment process in a book titled, Many Lives, Many Masters. The reason Catherine came to see a psychologist was due to her severe anxiety disorder. She was afraid of water, choking, to the point of not daring to swallow pills. She also feared darkness, flying, and death. In short, there was nothing she wasn't afraid of. Her condition had progressed to somewhat abnormal levels. To feel safe, she could only sleep daily in a large closet, but still frequently woke up from terrifying nightmares, and then stayed awake all night. When Dr. Weiss heard these symptoms from Catherine, he felt quite confident, because he had cured many patients with anxiety disorders. He did not prescribe sleeping pills for Catherine, knowing they only treat symptoms, not the root cause. Instead, he had to find the deep-seated cause in her memory that made Catherine anxious. However, in Catherine's memory, there seemed to be no childhood trauma sufficient to create the fear she had now. Under Dr. Weiss's step-by-step guidance, Catherine gradually opened up and recalled some past memories, such as her parents being drug addicts and frequently up. At age 5, she was pushed from behind into a swimming pool, and this continued with her study and work life after growing up. The only thing that made Catherine embarrassed to mention was her current boyfriend Stuart, a married man who is also a doctor. They often argued, but Catherine felt unable to leave him. With the progress of treatment, Catherine's personality became gentler, but her excessive anxiety and fear did not diminish at all. This made Dr. Weiss somewhat disappointed until an incident occurred. Thank you for watching. Once, when Stuart and Catherine attended a medical conference together, they conveniently visited a local ancient monument. When the guide introduced the artifacts, Catherine unexpectedly corrected the guide. Moreover, she spoke quite accurately, surprising both the guide and Catherine. After returning, Catherine proactively requested to continue hypnosis therapy, which she had always avoided before. Because now she wanted to know why she, who had never read any materials about ICUB, could accidentally utter such accurate answers. Moreover, everything in the exhibition made her feel strangely familiar. Initially, hypnosis showed some progress, but her excessive fear remained unchanged. Hypnosis therapy truly became effective starting from the second session. When entering the hypnotic state, Catherine said, "I see white stairs leading to a structure, a large building with many ancient columns. The building has no eaves. I'm wearing a loose robe, made of coarse material, my long blonde hair is tied up. My name is Erander, I'm 18 years old, living in a valley. There's no water here, I see a city in front of the building, many baskets. Everyone carries baskets on their shoulders, the time is 1863. There's a well here but no water, water flows down from the mountain." The earliest memory Catherine recalled was the life of some lifetime in the 19th century. After hearing this, Dr. Wise was extremely astonished. None of the patients he had treated with hypnosis had ever recalled their previous lives. He quickly composed himself and asked Catherine to go back a few years later, so that herself and the memory would grow out of it. Then, she told him what she saw and Catherine continued. "Beside the stone road there are many trees. I see a cooking fire preparing food, my hair is blonde. Wearing a brown long dress walking on sand. That's very hot, And Ray Troll is Catherine's current niece, the two have a very good relationship." Then, Catherine spoke very urgently. "Great waves knock down trees, nowhere to run. So cold, the water is very cold. I have to save my daughter but can't, I'm sinking in water. Breathe, can." Catherine gasped and began to have difficulty breathing. But suddenly her whole body relaxed. Her breathing became calm and stable. During the hypnosis therapy, Catherine was like watching a pre-recorded tape. But there was a feeling of deeply integrating into each character. She could receive all joys, angers, loves, and hate, while also distinguishing the identities of the surrounding characters. This was truly an extremely special experience. A week later, when Dr. Wise was worried about whether Catherine would continue the hypnosis therapy, she appeared. She joyfully reported that her fear of water and swallowing had significantly improved. And she no longer had nightmares either. She very much wanted to continue the therapy. In the subsequent therapy sessions, Catherine returned to even earlier past lives. And this time, she finally found the connection between herself and ICUB. She saw herself as a maid in ICUB's royal family, specializing in wrapping mummies. She was also once an anonymous Greek person in 1536. At that time, her father was Dr. Edward, who was mentioned earlier as the doctor friend who referred Catherine to Dr. Wise. In that life, Edward's name was Perseus, and Dr. Wise was Perseus's friend. Coincidentally, these two doctors are also friends in the present. Later, her boyfriend, Steve Wood, also appeared in the vision. But at that time, Catherine was a boy. They met on the political scene. During hypnosis, Catherine said, "My face is burning hot from the fire. Our people are killing the opponents. Am not, I die." But suddenly, Catherine's throat made a choking sound. And then she breathed rapidly. She said, an enemy soldier had slashed her neck from behind, using a knife to cut her throat. Before dying, she saw that person's face was Steve Wood. His appearance was different then, but Catherine knew it was him. What shocked Dr. Wise the most was, during hypnosis, Catherine said that, after ending the life journey of each lifetime, her soul would step out of that body shell. She would see a light, then hear a voice guiding her. Catherine called this voice the spiritual master. This spiritual master told Catherine about Dr. Wise, saying that his son had a bad heart. It was reversed like a chicken's heart. But this son had a noble soul. Because he loved Dr. Wise and his life very much, so he made great sacrifices for them. The death of Dr. Wise's son paid off the debt to his parents. Dr. Wise's son died of heart disease. Medicine at that time was limited, unable to intervene. These words truly made Dr. Wise so shocked that he couldn't stay calm. He indeed had a son, who died young, named Adam. At birth, the child had an atrial septal defect, the pulmonary vein, which should carry the oxygenated blood to the heart, due to misplacement, instead carried blood to the heart from the opposite direction. Thus, the heart and lungs were as if in opposing positions. Despite surgery, the child only lived for 23 days before passing away. Dr. Wise and his wife grieved for a very long time, until their second son was born. Their mood improved slightly. Such private matters Dr. Wise had never told any colleagues, including Catherine. Not only that, Catherine accurately revealed one thing. Dr. Wise's daughter was beautifully named after her deceased grandfather. During the continuous hypnosis therapy, the past life memories that Catherine recounted, her role kept changing. Even having been a prostitute and a pilot, her race also kept changing. Sometimes being black, sometimes being white. Her gender also kept changing. Sometimes male, sometimes female. Her living location likewise, sometimes in Europe, sometimes in America. Many close people in her current life, including her sister, father, mother, friends, and even her lover, had all appeared in her past lives. Dr. Wise and Edward had also appeared many times. Their roles were very fixed, often as Catherine's advisor or father. And Steve Ward was the most frequent appearance. Sometimes he was an enemy, sometimes a companion, sometimes a relative, but uniquely never her husband. After several months of treatment, Catherine's phobia gradually disappeared. In all reincarnation cases, Catherine's story had one special aspect, that she not only revealed her personal reincarnation memories, but also revealed an extremely important point. Reincarnation exists in the form of social relationships. People who had close relationships with her in past lives, after reincarnating and being reborn, would still have intimate relationships, only the roles and karmic debts constantly change. The doctor himself was not just an observer, the reporter of the entire case, but also a role in the reincarnation story. This medical case is quite special. Dr. Wise tried every possible way to explain all these phenomena. Could Catherine's past life memories be inherited genetically? Is it possible for memories to be inherited? This is a scientific research field that has received much attention in recent years. In June 2019, the scientific journal Cell simultaneously published 2 reports from research teams at Tel Aviv University in Israel and Princeton University in the United States, and discovered the phenomenon of memory inheritance. Nematodes are organisms that feed on smaller organisms like fungi and algae. Scientists discovered that when nematodes are exposed to harmful bacteria, they undergo RNA changes that cause the next generation to exhibit avoidance behavior. This is equivalent to telling the next generation that this type of bacteria is harmful and must not be eaten. This type of memory can be inherited through 3 to 4 generations, but whether this phenomenon exists in higher mammals remains uncertain. But I wonder if you realize that this type of inheritance is not actually the kind of memory we're discussing today. It's more similar to environmental adaptation, like knowing to avoid when seeing a snake, knowing to run when seeing a tiger. The memory we're discussing today is highly personalized and has rich, detailed experiences, including many complex emotions. It's completely different from that type of reaction. For example, parents might memorize the 4 books and 5 classics, be excellent at learning foreign languages, but such specific memories cannot be inherited by the next generation. S first words when opening their mouth would be lousy tot, which would certainly terrify you. There are even scientists who speculate that most of human DNA remains unactivated. Could it become a massive information repository? Ancestral memories are locked in genes and passed down to future generations. Some individuals, for some reason, have unlocked part of this genetic database. thus receiving information from ancestors, therefore becoming past life memories or not. The problem here is, inheritance cannot be passed to unrelated or distantly related people. It must be based on blood relationships. But Catherine's reincarnation memories span different eras and different cultures. Clearly, her roles in past lives could not all be her ancestors, because there are no relationships between these people. So far, the simplest and most effective explanation for reincarnation is reincarnation itself. Kindness, grudges, closeness, and enmity from a group of people in past lives becoming bonds in this life. Ultimately, it all comes down to two words: fate and destiny. Dr. Wise was brilliantly convinced of the existence of reincarnation from Catherine's case. This changed his life and many others, including his beloved daughter Amy. Amy had participated in hypnosis therapy using her father's method many times, but had never seen her past life. At age 25, she was diagnosed with severe cataracts and was at risk of blindness. At that time, Amy felt quite astonished, thinking, why her eyes could resemble those of an elderly person so much. While volunteering at the hospital, Amy coincidentally saw her father, Dr. Wise, organizing a spiritual seminar on the topic of recalling past lives. A sudden urge made Amy decide to try it. Although at that time she thought regression therapy had never worked for her before, this time she might just have a good sleep. During the hypnosis process, she and others closed their eyes, listening to Dr. Wise's voice to return to the past. While in a daze, Amy suddenly realized she was no longer seeing through the eyes of a young girl, but through those of an old man with long white hair from the 15th-16th century medieval period. At that moment, she saw herself living in seclusion in the forest and never contacting anyone. Therefore, the villagers thought she was an evil witch and brought torches to burn down her dwelling. The fire burned Ami's eyes and made her blind. Not long after the hypnosis therapy session, Ami's cataracts disappeared. Amy shared about the therapy that changed her life on Oprah Winfrey's Super Soul Sunday program. She said, Amy brought great happiness to Dr. Wise's family. This only happened after he met Catherine. In the interview, the doctor recounted his first meeting with her. He said, at that time, my thinking was very rigid and purely academic theory. When hearing what she shared, I tried to find a reasonable explanation. But when the session ended, my entire worldview had changed. Dr. Wise now believes that Catherine's past life memories are completely genuine, and he believes in the existence of reincarnation. The story of Catherine's reincarnation case pauses here. You must also find such cases very fascinating, right? As with Catherine's case, the relatives around us, those connected to you, all have karmic ties from many past lives. And what changes are only the roles of gratitude, resentment, and hatred between them. So why don't we cherish each other more, treat each other better even just a little? Thus, perhaps we will be more peaceful and happier. And now, please share your thoughts on the topic of reincarnation in today's session. Leave your feelings or any unanswered questions in your heart in the comments section below the video. In the near future, we will have a Q&A session at the end of the video to answer your questions. If you liked this video, don't forget to share it with a friend. Thank you all. Goodbye and see you again.
If the signal hooked you, subscribe and catch the next ripple.